Yo, what is good? It's currently late as fuck. Um, but today we had a banger ass trade, and I feel so much FOMO. I took this on my Alpha Live accounts, but I did not take this on my Top Step accounts, and I missed out on so fucking much, bro. But I mean, I'm still glad we took the dub, so it's all good, obviously. It's just, man, dude, that sucks. And I was going to take it, I just didn't have the time. Explain all that, of course, in the video, but uh, yeah, let's just get right into it. Today was again really simple. All-time highs have been really easy lately for me. It's just much more simpler. It's like I'm either looking for this one thing. If it doesn't happen, I'm not taking anything. Um, Literally, there's like only one scenario that I could see possibly happening. So, of course, Trump always saying some bullshit, and it comes back and it's just a bunch of bullcrap, man. He says one thing and he just takes it back later on, and yeah. So apparently, that canal or whatever that was closed, and then over the weekend it was announced that it's gonna be closed again, some shit like that, and then we had a huge dump, of course, to the downside, which we've been having for the past like week. I think we had the same thing happen last week. Market open, and then yeah, it seems to be it. Um, yeah. Anyways, not really expecting rejection out of here. I'm not looking for shorts unless we inverse, a higher time frame gap like this 50-minute or this 30-minute to the downside. And then probably I want to see this gap get inversed before I look for continuation shorts and maybe to London low or something. But that's it. I'm not looking for shorts until we get that. The only thing I can be possibly looking for is longs. We have all-time highs up here. We have this high before new week opening gap. Now I'm expecting to fill this gap just like we did the previous weeks that we've had new week opening gaps. Apologies, the shit is frozen again. So annoying, bro. Alright, there we go. But we don't have anything on the hourly. We don't have anything on the 4 hour. Of course, at this time, we haven't developed an hourly yet. Nothing on the 4 hour either. Just really nothing. The only thing that I could possibly see happening was we had this 5-minute that we filled. We have an untapped 5-minute with no wick to the bottom, so that's a really good target in my opinion. It also happens to be an untapped 15-minute, and then there also is a untapped 30-minute here at the time of market open. So we have great fair value gap, big A balances there on the higher time frame. I want to see, and we also have, before I get into that, we have this data type candle. Not sure what this is from, but we have a data high, data low, which is also this untapped 30-minute, so that's great. Now, if we run up and hit these targets, I'm not really going to look to take anything. Depending on how good it looks, maybe I'll take a 5-minute, but this is just way too much in premium with a little to no retrace. So what I would like to see is dump down, hit these gaps, and then get a reaction out of there. If we inverse these gaps and then end up inversing that gap over here to the left, I can look to take shorts. But like I said, not looking for shorts at all today, of course, unless we get that. Strictly looking for longs though, and only looking for longs off of this one condition. Market opens, we get a huge wick to the upside and a massive dump here. Now you could short this. This is pretty bearish. I mean, it's very obvious that we're going to hit these untapped gaps here, even if you're not bearish, because in order for us to run up higher, it makes much more sense for us to come down and hit these gaps before we do that. So this would have been a nice short, maybe looking for 1-to-1. Oh my gosh, that voice crack was crazy. Yeah, something like that. Oh, you would have got stopped. I didn't even think about that, but of course I didn't take this. All right, just gonna have this up here does not mean I took this. I'm just playing this out to see how this went, but yeah, you would have stopped like crazy. Not a good short anyways, in my opinion. Straight pattern trading or just trying to desperately catch a trade. We do run up. Now, we did give a 1-minute long. I know some people that did take this in my Discord. Let me see. Looking for all-time highs. This is just too much in premium, and like I said, I want to see a manipulation before. This is not manipulation. We don't even make an SMT at the low or anything. We're just too much in premium. Have not retested anything yet. Just very dog shit in my opinion. This is also a protected high up here because we just swept this high at market open. yeah, just a very shitty trade. Now we do dump down, hit this 30 minute, but we make equal lows at the untapped 5 and 50 minute. So if we get a long from here, I'm not willing to take it. Depending on the displacement and how the delivery looks, maybe I'll contemplate on taking it. But as of right now, I just have the most confidence and most conviction that we're going to come down, resweep this low, possibly make an SMT, and then get along from there on the 30-second chart. So rather than taking an IFG all the way up here, I can look to take one around here because I know and I have so much conviction that we're going to come down and resweep these equal lows and fill these gaps. So I'm just patiently waiting. I'm going to 30 seconds so you can see the low resistance that we build. We have an untapped 2 minute up here that we generated, which would have been my break-even point. And we develop equal highs on the 1 minute and the 30-second right there. We end up chopping up some more. And I mean, this is just like Friday's, ignore that. Just like last week on Friday, that trade where we gave a long setup, it got break even, but we generated lots of low resistance and equal highs and relatively equal highs and untapped gaps to the upside. And it's just such a perfect target. That's exactly what happened here. Now, what I was really, really hoping for was a big manipulation candle here and a huge rejection, like instant V shape right there. And this would have been perfect, man. Would have been pitch perfect, but for some weird reason, NQ decided to just run up randomly and just take that DOL out and then run back down. So here I was pretty worried about this. I'm like, okay, now this break-even point is not A plus anymore. It's a protected high. And yeah, I mean, overall, I'm still bullish. So this doesn't necessarily mean it's it's 100% protected. You can't trade this at all. Like, it's just much more or less probable. But I was planning on going break even, not when we swept this high, but maybe around CE of this wick or once we retest that 2 minute. So yeah, I wasn't really anticipating a setup. I was right here at this exact moment. Once we got this good wick to the downside on the 30-second, I was expecting another one just like Friday where we get a huge displacement up, and that would further enhance my conviction because of course delivery and displacement and all that really does determine how good a trade is. Now here we failed to get this, and here's where everything started to crumble. Now we have a 1 minute. If we got the 1 minute, I wasn't opening to take it unless we presented this 30-second because it's a pretty big imbalance, and the fact that this high is now protected pretty much, I don't want to risk taking a dumb loss like that. So I was willing to only take the 30-second. The 1 minute got edged, as well as the 30-second, and so I was like, okay, we're probably not going to get this. Laid off the trigger fingers and whatnot because I was really antsy. I was really prepared to take this, man. This was so obvious. But of course, just waiting for that 30-second. Now, we did end up getting it here, so I immediately hopped back on the trigger fingers and entered this on my alpha accounts. And by the time I was right here, right? We're up a little. I was like, all right, bet. I'm going to wait for a retest. And here's my mistake. I was going to wait for a retest and enter just one contract on NQ on my top step accounts. Maybe that's why I wanted to wait for a retest. See, if I was entering like micros, I would have just de-risked like a micro or two and just enter up here. But since, I was planning on just entering one mini across all my accounts, I wanted to wait for just a retest of the entry point, and we did not get that shit. We just fucking ran straight up. So lesson of the day, is I would say, I mean, it's not a bad idea that I was waiting for a retest, but see, did we even have any gaps to the downside? We did have a 15-second, which would have been nice if we filled that. It's not a bad idea of waiting. It's just really, really unfortunate that shit had to happen. But then, yeah, we hit the break-even point. Thought this was going to get break-even here, and we had huge displacement up. Now, I did have my TP set at around a 1 to 2. I wasn't really looking to target these highs all the way up here. It's just too high of an RR for me. Not that it's too high. It's just I prefer to just have something. We don't really have any A plus targets. We do have all-time highs all the way up here. But, I mean, we're in a new week opening gap. Like, these aren't really A plus targets is pretty much what I'm saying. So, I didn't really know what to target for, so I pretty much just took out around here about a 1.5 R. Or a little less than that. And yeah, kind of felt FOMO because not only did I miss out on all 5 of my toss-up accounts, but I also missed out on making, an extra 1R, and a whole extra percentage. That's pretty annoying, but you know, I'm not complaining. I still made profit, so I can't sit here and complain about that. It was still a great day, great executions. This was the one A+ setup for the entire day. There's really nothing else. After that, we do get shorts. Well, we get a 5-minute. We hit this 5-minute, end up inversing it, and then we get this 5-minute tap, and then probably some short from there. But at this point in time, like I said, I'm not going to be bearish at all unless proven otherwise. I want to see an inverse of these higher time frame gaps before I look for shorts. But at this time, I'm already off. Already took my trade for the day. Price looks chopped anyways, and yeah, it's already coming down to the end of kill zone. Let's see what else we get. Yeah, 5-minute looks very chopped. Nothing to look for here. And then here comes 11 a.m. So we do end up taking those London lows and this low. We had an S&T with Asia low and ES. Yeah, shorts were the play for the day, but I mean, this scalp here was really, really nice. Now, I expected this to run up all the way to at least fill this entire new week opening gap and hit this high. Maybe even go to all-time highs, but it's really hard to predict things at all-time highs. You can only just guess. I mean, that's pretty much how it is with every single trading day, whether we're on all-time highs or not. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Really good day in my opinion. Very happy with the executions. Hopefully we keep this PA up, and yeah, we'll see what happens for the rest of this week. So I'm out.